one is about basics of network address, and my name is Lilian Lam. You can call me Miss Lilian. I am a university lecturer in Faculty of Computer Science. So today I will be introducing you to network address, the basics of network address. I can see that many of you are actually from the chat, actually from university itself, and also studying in a degree of computer science. So I think this topic would be quite easy for you. Okay, so I will from time to time look at the chat to see whether you have any questions. So good morning. So I can see everyone telling me good morning. Yes, good morning. It's a great morning here. So we seem to be in the same time zone, yeah. Okay, but anyway, if you're different time zone, then good day for you. Okay, I will check the chat for questions from time to time, but I won't be looking at the chat too often. Okay, but if you have any questions, you can possibly ask me at the end of the session. Okay. Okay, can we start now? Okay, today we will learn about IP address and subnet mask. Then we'll go into network address, broadcast address, and then we will learn how to calculate the range of IP address for hosts. And if time permits, we will look at examples, okay? And we can see whether we can go through one or two examples at the end of the session. Okay, first of all, what is an IP address? An IP address is to identify a host in a network. Okay, so let me annotate. Okay, normally we represent a host in the network as either the client. Now, of course, there are many other devices in the network. Okay, so there are routers and switch as well. So this is a switch, and then there will be routers. Now all these will have to communicate with each other. Okay, so this is a PC, which we normally call it a client. Okay, and then we have the network intermediate devices such as the switch, and we have a router as well. Okay, as a router as well, and it will then connect to the external or other networks. Okay, so internally we will have all these devices. Now, of course, we have more than two PCs, yeah, or three PCs. It can be hundreds of them or thousands of them behind this network. So all these hosts or node in the network, okay, needs a way of identification, and one of the way is to have an IP address. Okay, an IP address. Now, an example of IP address looks like this: 192 dot. We pronounce this as dot and not point because we are so used to pronouncing this kind of dot as a point. So some of us may read 192.168.1.1, but that is not the correct way of reading an IP address. So an IP address is 192.168.1.1. That's an example of an IP address. It has 4 decimals. It has 4 decimals and separated by dots, dots, dot. So therefore, sometimes we call the format as a dotted decimal format. Dotted decimal format. Now, even though it's written in decimal, why is because so that it is easier for human to read it. It is for human readable purposes. But for the PC, or inside the computer or any of these network devices, the devices read it as a binary number. So each decimal is actually represented by an 8-bit binary. So therefore, in order to represent an IP address, we actually need to convert it to a binary format. Okay? Now, how do we convert to binary format. Now, of course, we can use a scientific calculator, or in this case, we can also use the calculator from online. Okay, from online. Okay, let me try to find it from. You see, we can actually Google it. Binary online calculator. Okay. Yeah. So you can click and then out comes one list of binary online calculators. You can choose which one you would like to use. Normally, I will use the first one, which I already clicked it just now. Okay. So now in order to, uh, okay, let me go back to my Zoom. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's say if you want to represent 192.168.1.1. So 192.168.1.1. Okay, and we are going to use this binary calculator. So you can convert decimal value to binary value. So you can click 192, calculate, and it will show you 011000000. Now this calculator shows you in 9 bits, but for IP address calculation, we will use 8 bits. So you just take 8 bits from here. From the right, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and take this 8 bits. So it is 11000000. Okay, back to our slide just now. So 192.168.1.1. So 192 is 11000000 dot. Now we would want to convert 168. So sorry, I see some chat. Okay, if you're talking about the cert, right? You're referring to the cert. It will be after this session. You will have to answer very easy 10 questions. Okay, and after you finish submitting the 10 questions, the cert will be given to you. Okay, so just now our second value is 168, yeah, 168. So calculate. Then you can see again the binary value is displayed, but we only take 8 bits, 8 bits. So count 8 bits from here. So it's 10101000. Okay, so it's 101000. So 10101000 dot. Now one is pretty easy, yeah. It's actually binary one, but we need to represent it in 8 bits. So we have to put what we call padding of 7 zeros in front. We put a padding of 7 zeros in front to make up 8 bits, because decimal one, when you convert to binary, it will be binary one, only one digit, one bit. We need to pad 7 zeros in front, so that would make it 8 bits for every decimal. So therefore, if there are 8 bits for every decimal and there are 4 decimals, so the total length, yeah, for an IP address is 8 bits. So it's 8 times 4 decimal, we would have 32 bits. So our 4 dotted decimal IP address now translate into, or we convert into binary 32 bits. So from a 4 decimal digit, four decimal number, we now convert into a 32-bit IP address in binary. Okay, so that would be IP addresses. Okay, now there are many more examples of IP addresses. Examples of IP addresses, all in. I'm going to write in dotted decimal. Now we know that decimal is represented by 8-bit binary. 8-bit binary, 8-bit binary. So we know that the maximum value for binary is 1. We represent that in 8-bit, which means our maximum value for a decimal 11111111. If you use the calculator to convert, you would get 255 as the value. So, in a sense, our IP address in dotted decimal can start from 00.0.0.0 until 255.255.255.255. Now that is the range of each decimal. 0 up to 255. Okay. Now if the IP address is 0.0, it means it doesn't mean anything like there's no like house number. You don't have a house number start with house number 0. You basically start from 1. And 255.255.255 basically is what we allocate it to what an IP, called a broadcast IP address, Okay, so normally our IP addresses would be within that. Okay, and example of IP address would be 8.8.1 .10.10.100 172.168.1.2. Okay, 192.168.1.200. Okay, as long as it's within this range. Okay, within this range. Okay, an IP address is normally configured or specified together with a subnet mask. Else, it doesn't mean much for us because we cannot figure out. Because an IP address can also be a network address. So without specifying together with the subnet mask, it doesn't mean it won't mean much to us. So therefore, an IP address must be specified together or configured together with a subnet mask. Okay, I saw some technical